What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. And Friday energy we are bringing to you indeed. We have stacked episode, an amazing episode with the winners of Love Island USA, Serena and Kordell. And we also have the amazing JaNa and Kenny joining us.
Yeah.
They were incredible. Guys, we had the absolute best day.
Like, I'm on a high.
No, me too.
I've had 2 glasses of champagne.
Yeah, the champagne's flowing.
I've had 2 glasses of champagne and I feel good.
Yeah, we feel great. I mean, they were all incredible.
Oh my God.
Like
the sweetest.
Oh my God, just the best.
I will say truly, and we'll talk about like how this season wrapped up, but it's so nice to know when the support is there for a season, and we all like felt it with this season. Like, oh my God, these people are amazing. Like, that's why everybody was so locked in, and talking with them just solidified that. I was like, you know what? This is only happening to people that deserve it.
Yeah,
you know?
they 100% deserve it. They exceeded. I already was obsessed with all of them. I made that clear the entire season, and they exceeded my expectations of them even further. Like, I was like, holy shit, they're even more amazing than I imagined in person. Yeah. Just such a delight. They were so nice. Like, so sweet, so nice, and hilarious. Like, they deserve it all. They 100%. Truly deserve it all of them. So we'll get into that.
Yeah. No weekly watch report on today's episode. This is just kind of Love Island mega episode, right? Like, we'll catch up on the way the season ended, and we're in Fiji. The only thing we've watched is Love Island.
Yeah. And you want to know why? Because also the only thing I watched is SpongeBob on Nickelodeon in my hotel room is the only thing that they play is SpongeBob on Nickelodeon. So that would be
you're not a Google Cast.
By the time,
Chromecast.
let me tell you, by the time I've been getting into bed,
right,
I've been
it's just lights out,
crashing.
I've been watching Receivers.
Nice.
To fall asleep on Netflix. It's been good.
Yeah. I've been just fucking crashing.
Yeah. That's true. We have been we've been working. It's been great.
Yeah. I'll tell a quick story before we get into the Love Island of it all, because the rest of the episode is going to be Love Island. But this is a funny little tidbit that added to the Adventures of Fiji.
Absolutely.
So quick little backstory. Dana, aka Dana Beers, from Barstool, was
aka your fiance's best friend.
Yes, best friends with my fiance, and he was invited to chug a beer on stage with Luke Combs. Him and his lovely fiance, who I love very much, got to go on stage, and Dana chugged the beer with the cast of Twisters. So Glenn Powell, Daisy Edgar Jones, like
Anthony Ramos.
Yes, the cast. And I don't think Dana or Kaylee, his fiance, knew that part of it was going to happen. So that was incredible. But, you know, Matt went, and then Glenn, other people went to the show, and Matt was texting me, and he was like, oh my God, Glenn Powell's here. Like, Glenn Powell's going on stage. Like, what? I'm like, wait, we know
our bestie.
We know Glenn Powell. Like, he's been on our show twice before. He follows us on Instagram. I am hopeful that if you go up to him and introduce yourself, he will know us. Like, he's not going to be.
It's funny that you guys are like even thought for a second that he wouldn't, or like that it'd be like.
Well, I don't know. You never know.
No, but it's like we've communicated with him many a time.
Yeah,
like, even just not on the show.
Yes,
like, he's invited us to his movie premiere. Like, we've talked. Like, we're friends. You know?
I know. But you just never. He's had a big night. He just went on stage with Luke Combs, chugged a beer. Like, he's having a whole night.
I just want everyone to know. We have that kind of
just to clarify.
Just want everyone to know, like,
connection to Glenn Powell.
We have that relationship.
Yeah. So, but I just figured he was having such a big night. Maybe his brain would be elsewhere. And so I was like, go up. You know, you have to go up to him and say, like, you've been on Chicks in the Office. It's my fiance's show. Like, I'm Rhea's fiance, and he went up to Glenn, and the text I was receiving back, he was like, oh my God, he loves you guys. He's he goes,
so nice.
And he goes, should I FaceTime you? And I'm like, no, I'm in the shower. Because I had my phone with me because he had just texted me, oh my God, I'm going up to Glenn. So I was like, I can't put my phone down, but I really need to take a shower, like time crunch. So I'm going to bring this with me in the shower.
And also like for those, we have these, this squishy things on our phone.
They stick.
So it like sticks to the shower wall.
You can play music, whatever.
Yep.
So I have it in me and he's like, I'm like, no, don't FaceTime me. Like I'm in the shower. And he's like, we're still talking. Like he's saying such nice things about you guys. Like he's so happy for you guys, blah, 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 blah. He like, it was so funny. And then all of a sudden I see a FaceTime come in and I'm like, I just told him I'm in the shower. There's no way he's calling me. And I'm like, okay. So I'm about to pick it up because I'm like, okay, he must have just walked away from him. He knows I'm in the shower. Thank God I declined, although would have been hilarious if I answered the fucking FaceTime with Glenn Powell while I'm in the shower. Like literally
that would have been
rat in the shower, nipple out. And
oh my God, Glenn, I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, I didn't mean to expose myself to you like this. And he then texted me and he goes, oh my God, he kept telling me to FaceTime you. So I had to click FaceTime and I'm like, wait, that's even worse that I just clicked decline. And
rejected him.
And he's probably like, wait, why did you decline your FaceTime? So then I'm like, is it weird if you like go up to him again and then like maybe FaceTime us again? And then I'm texting Fran and I'm like, should I come down to the beach? So I say to Matt,
I'm like, I want to be in the FaceTime. So I'm like,
So I'm like, it would be better if it was all of us. So I say to Matt, I'm like, don't force it. Like if he makes a joke again, like be like, okay, let's FaceTime again. So then apparently he like they were next to each other again. And then Glenn said like, are we FaceTiming them? And that's when he did. I sprinted from my room to the beach where Fran was. I arrived like like hyperventilating, being like, oh my God, they're about to call, they're about to FaceTime. And we picked up the FaceTime, the both of us, and he was so sweet. And he was like, I miss you guys, I love you guys. And I was like, love you both love you both so much.
Love you both.
Yeah. And
miss you too.
miss you both. And it was so funny. And then
it was also just hysterical because they were literally like dark backstage at MetLife for a Luke Combs show. And we were just like on the beach in Fiji. We were like, we're in Fiji.
I was like, no, truly, I felt like I was having an out-of-body experience that when I got back to my hotel room, I had to put a wet, cold rag on my head. Like I got a stomach ache. I got a Glenn Powell-induced stomach ache going back to my room.
A Glenn Powell tummy ache. We've all been there before.
I was like, what is happening to my body? Like, what is happening? I was freaking out. I'm like, what? And then what I loved so much was he was like, I love this guy. I love this guy. Like talking about my fiance. I was like, oh, that's amazing. Cause now maybe we can all hang out. Like, no, okay. But it was, not
kidding. We're not kidding at all.
No, it was really sweet. And,
so nice.
I love that he was like, I love this guy because I was like, me too. Me too.
Yep.
Also shout out to my fiance who is throwing out the first pitch at Wrigley Field on Monday. And
so cool.
It's so cool. Such an awesome opportunity that I was going to. And then when we found out that we were going to Fiji, I literally was like, no, I'm going to miss your first pitch. And he was like, do not think about this for another fucking second. Like he was like, think about Fiji. Like that's it. Which I understood his point of view, but I also, point of view of me being like, you're doing something so cool. He like supports us so much that I just wanted to be there.
Best.
He just supports everything we do.
Best.
Like, and I just was like, oh, the fact that I can't be there for him like really, really killed me. But I will be supporting from afar and his family's going and everything. And that will be so cool. But we will be on a plane. I tried to make it work. Like I tried to get the time difference does not work in the favor. And that was
even like going back in time, it still like doesn't quite work.
Yeah, we still are landing like Tuesday at 1 a.m. So he's doing it on Monday. So it just unfortunately didn't work, but so excited for him and so happy we got to FaceTime with Glenn Powell. It's just so cool. And
thanks for including me.
I literally sprinted. I was like, I have to get Fran in this face. Like I was like, it can't be just me. I'm like, I'm not kidding. I felt sick after. I was like, I'm out of breath, which was so cool. And just this whole.
You paid the favor back today though with Kordell.
Oh yeah, I did. I got a video from Matt from Kordell because he was like, that's my guy. And Kordell was like so excited about it.
So hyped. He was like, what's your fiance's name? Like,
right. And in that moment, I'm like, well, I'm going to go personal here. It's Matt.
Yeah.
And then like, if you were to ever see like Marty, I truly think it confuses people so much when I say my fiance's name is Matt and then they see Marty Mush on Instagram. Right,
they're like, wait,
because they're like,
do you have two fiancés?
Yeah, they're like, who's this guy? She's tagging Marty Mush. He has in his Instagram bio actually Matt Cahill.
Yeah.
But I feel like people don't read that.
No, nobody goes that far.
Nobody reads the bio. They're just
that's
like,
way too much work for us common folk.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm making this personal.
Yeah.
Matt.
As you should.
So yeah.
You were about to sit across from Kordell and be like, yeah, can you address this to Marty Mush, please? Thank you.
He would be like, what the fuck?
I'm sorry, who's your fiance?
What's that name?
Yeah.
So it's so funny. Wearing my hair in a slick back bun right now, and obviously I used Ouai products to achieve it. When I do this, spray a bunch of Ouai leave-in conditioner in my hair, and that is how I slick it back because Ouai has the best products from all of their shampoos, their conditioners, leave-in conditioner, their oil, body cream, everything. Ouai does it the best in my opinion. And Ouai wants to give you the confidence to live your life your way, especially on wash day. Whether your strands are fine, medium, or thick, Ouai has shampoo and conditioner that's your type. It's so important to have different shampoos and conditioners for different types of hair, and Ouai has that. From volume and shine to deeply hydrating, Ouai helps you find your way to good hair days every single day. I've been using Ouai products religiously now for years, and I absolutely love them. There's so many different options. Like I said, for shampoo and conditioning as well. So many different options for your type of hair. Shampoo and conditioner is made to nourish every hair type and tackle exactly what your hair is lacking. Do you want volume? Fine hair and conditioner will give you a lift without weighing you down. So wash your way to healthier hair with shampoo and conditioners made just for you. Go to TheOuai.com and use code CHICKS for 15% off your entire purchase. Once again, go to TheOuai.com and use code CHICKS for 15% off your entire purchase. That's TheOuai.com. Use code CHICKS once again for 15% off your entire purchase. But it literally felt like a fever dream. Like all of this truly does not feel real.
I know.
Anything we've done this week feels like we are living in an alternate universe. And I just have to say thank you to our listeners a million times more. Seriously. Because it was brought up to us that, you know, the tagging of Peacock and that TikTok, like
it all helped.
It really
helped.
And the support that our listeners have shown us has shown other people that people like us, and that's how we get to these places. So seriously, thank you so much. And we went on Aftersun.
We did, and it was, you know, you see it once again. We're pulling back the curtain. Mm-hmm. We're in TV, baby. That's TV. Showbiz. It's TV. We don't work in TV. We don't work in TV. We're on our own schedule. We got these big ass cameras here, but we're not in the TV game. But it was really cool to see the whole setup. We got two amazing Australian women doing our hair and makeup. Fucking love them. We spent all day with them.
Renee
literally.
and Jules.
Yeah, they were amazing.
I wanted to talk to them for the rest of the trip.
They were so easy to talk to.
They were so fun. And once again, just another reason that solidifies me just being like, Australians are just cool, period. And, you know, we had our hair and makeup time. We had our prep time. We had our waiting time. A lot of waiting time. And then when we finally got pulled up there, it was so cool because it was like the perfect lighting. The sun was setting. It was so gorgeous. And we got called up on the couch and got to talk with Maura and Selly and Hannah and Marco. And it was just really cool. Like what an honor to be on the couch, truly. Like Maura said, like not a lot of people get to be on that couch. They really don't. And it felt like such an honor to be on that couch. Like I've had so many moments in the last 24 hours. And I'm like, if you told, I've just been going back in time, right? Like if you told 3 years ago, Fran, or 1 year ago, Fran, or 3 weeks ago, Fran.
Literally.
Right? Like I was in the gym, and I literally sent a Snapchat to my friends because I was like, if you told me 3 weeks ago I'd be in a gym on a Saturday afternoon in Fiji, Ariana was also in the gym with Ariana Maddox, I would have driven you to the hospital. Yeah. Like I would have said, something's wrong with you.
Something's wrong in the noggin.
Something's wrong. So it's like, after not only watching Selly on all of her seasons, Mora is iconic.
It truly, and if you go back to our earlier episodes where we're talking about Love Island UK season 5, we talk about Mora being one of the best people on reality TV ever.
100%. Like, and we were like, we would die to have her on our show. Yeah. So to like be on Aftersun with her was so amazing. Hannah and Marco are so sweet. Like it's just like, it's so nice to see a couple that has made it work outside the show and are still together. And then we got to sit and enjoy and kind of like watch the rest of the show and get some angles of the contestants.
So just to reiterate, absolutely an honor to be on, and like just so cool. Yeah. Lots of pressure about what to wear. Having a week of notice. Yeah. Couldn't really get that many options. So I was very nervous about that. Besides the point, just amazing. When we pulled up to the set, Harrison was standing
just like on the side of the road.
On the side of the road, he was hitchhiking directly in the sunlight.
Yeah,
directly in the sunlight.
Yep.
And the video Fran and I made,
he looks Harrison, like an absolute statue.
We were like, it's Harrison in the wild.
Just glowing.
Like it literally felt like we were looking at a Hemsworth.
No, and they all joke about it on the show. And it's like, ho, whatever. But truly, like we were far away enough where we drove past him, but then we were parked and we like were turning back. I was like, if you were to tell me that was Liam Hemsworth, I'd believe you.
He's one of the best looking people I think I've ever seen in person.
No, true.
When we were walking up, Sarah saw him first, and Sarah, like, I didn't know who she was talking to because she goes, Bula. And Harrison like laughed and was like, Bula.
Incredible. That is just fucking unbelievable.
So good. So good. It really was. So obviously, if you guys watched our episode of Aftersun, you know there was a lot of ex-Islanders that were coming and going from those last couple eliminations. So we were sitting there. We really got to see like the whole rundown of everybody and seeing Rob and Cassie go on, and then Aaron and Kayla go on.
Watching, like I felt truly so bizarre watching Rob and Cassie on Aftersun. Like sitting, we didn't meet them, by the way.
No,
they got them in and they got them out, but we were able to sit and watch them in person.
Yeah.
I was like, we were just watching them on our TVs and now they are right here in front of us, which felt just incredibly.
It's the same with the interviews. You're like, holy fuck.
No, I was like, oh my God, you're in person making these jokes. Like, this is crazy.
Yep.
So yeah, we saw Rob and Cassie, we saw Aaron and Kayla, and it's just insane. And, you know, we could talk about the episode of them getting voted off. It was time.
It was poetic, I will say, for Aaron and Rob to leave at the same time. But I know it's been a hot topic because we were talking about it here. The fact that Cassie came in, they coupled up, and they must have just had so much pent up sexual frustration. They banged right away. They're making jokes. They're like, we fucked, we didn't even kiss. Like that was like
crazy.
They just and you know what? Not a lot of people just come out and
admit it
and say that that's what happened, and they did.
Listen,
and that's that.
I see people giving them shit. Like, I think when it comes to that, you do you. Like, if you're feeling it in that moment for Cassie, like, you do you.
Totally.
I think people just were kind of like, of course, Rob.
I think it was probably like, more of people like on Rob's end being like, then, oh my God, you're going to do everything you did this season after Andrea leaves and you throw a fit, then you have all your different couples. And then like the last couple days, you're just like going to have sex. Like,
you couldn't make it. Yeah. As for Cassie, I'm like, you want to do that. You do 100%. You. Like, go for it.
And solely from the perspective of seeing him in real life and not speaking to him or, you know, interacting with him at all. he's a handsome fellow.
Yeah. So I feel like
Just gotta say it.
Yeah, I think
he does have the pretty prejudice for sure.
Yeah, I think it was just like the whole combination of it all, and the fact that afterwards he like wouldn't even look her in the eye. Like the next morning,
Yeah.
like he's had a hard time doing that in general.
He's
but
awkward.
Extremely.
Yeah.
And it just felt like he wasn't even like giving her the respect of looking her in the eye the next morning, which felt strange to me.
Yep.
But I think there's no reason to get on Cassie for like doing like you do you, girl.
Not
like,
at all.
whatever.
Not at all. And she was joking about it. She was like, "Shit, I'm just like a horn dog." Like,
Yeah,
it's
go
like,
for
that's
it.
just weird. How,
Go
you
for
know?
it. I think it's just the rob of it all.
The rob of it all for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then
but it
for-
was like, you
yeah.
know, them leaving really did at that time make sense. And I feel bad for Kaylor because I do think that them being eliminated like that had to have been the sure tell sign to her that like, oh, they're not fucking with us like the way that way. And I just think Aaron has, no matter what people say about him, like watching him on TV, I'm just like, this feels so calculated to me. And I feel like he was just doing everything that he thought he was supposed to do on Love Island. And oh, you get in a relationship. Oh, but then you test the relationship. Oh, but then you get back with that person. Oh, and then you ask that person to be your girlfriend. And then everyone falls in love with you guys. And
He was hitting the marks.
yeah, and it just didn't pan out that way. So I felt bad for Kaylor in that scenario because it's like on one end you see Serena and Kordell getting the votes and you're like, oh, well, they, you know, like Kordell brought a girl back from Casa, but they're getting the votes. So like, what are they, you know, it must be so confusing for her, like mentally to be like, well, what are they seeing that I'm not? And look, she's probably gonna be watching it all soon and we'll see what happens. We've seen Liv's been watching it. She was posting on her TikTok. She's like, I'm watching Casa and
Yeah.
What'd she call him? Slimy rat.
Yeah, like that's it's on site when I see that slimy rat.
Oof.
Something to that aspect. Hashtag like Aaron.
Yeah.
So we know she saw that. Yeah, I think the final four was who it was meant to be. The placing, I think, was maybe a little bit shocking. I think like Leah and Miguel were shocked, like that they were, you know, coming in second.
Yep.
I think it all came down to the viewer reaction of this season. People had their favorites. They had the people they liked and disliked and weren't happy with, and that played into the voting as a whole.
100%. It's like, and your past actions do matter on a show like this too, right? Like even with Kendall and Nicole, they're, you know, like, love you, like things are being said that are strong feelings that you think would push them up in the rankings. But I do think people were really rubbed the wrong way with Kendall at some times, and that sticks with everybody. And they're like, oh, sorry, not going to get my vote.
Right. It's hard to win people back.
Yeah. And the Leah stands are strong.
They
Leah
are.
stands are strong.
They
and
are.
They pushed her right to second place.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it ended up the way it was though. Like, I do think if Leah and Miguel won, it would have been like, all right, guys, like I get it. Everybody really fucking loves Leah and she's great. But like, we're going to have that, like you're voting for a couple. You're going to have that couple win over like Serena Kordell or JaNa and Kenny. Like, you know, so seeing like, I think it ended up exactly the way it needed to.
And we met Leah and she's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
she's an absolute sweetheart.
Absolutely. I just like,
I just loved.
I know,
like,
seriously.
like especially in person, like
yeah.
amazing, just totally amazing.
100%.
So
it's really, really cool to see.
And watching
all
their
this.
conversations with the families, I did enjoy watching Kendall and Nicole's family thing because that brought me back a little bit. Like
Kendall's family did seem really cool. His mom and his sister seemed really fucking cool.
Oh my God, so cool.
Yeah.
And so I was hard on Kendall, but watching that, I was like, okay, like they're getting me back a little bit.
Yeah.
But I am just so fucking happy for Serena and Kordell. Like
I know.
I've been rooting for them since the beginning. And I'm so happy for them. And like you could just see it, like the genuine, you know, connection between the two of them is so real. And JaNa fucking kills me. Like she is so fucking funny.
She's so funny.
And they are all stunningly
Stunning.
gorgeous.
Yep.
Like absolutely fucking gorgeous, all of them.
Yep.
Like, oh my God. So yeah. I can't believe this season's over now. Like I'm actually so upset. Like, what are we gonna do?
I know. I think we just have to, it's just a round of applause.
Truly.
For the way, like the wrapping it up. It was amazing. Being involved here at the end. Truly a dream come true. Watching the way this show ended and like not only getting to be here, but getting to be here when it all like wraps up. And I will say it is wild meeting these people when they do not know what is going on in the outside world. Like it's hard because of course it's hard to navigate for us because we can ask them stuff that happened in the show, but they have no fucking clue what's going on on the outside world. Like they don't know they don't have their phones yet. Like when we talk to them, they don't have their phone. Like they don't know like what's happening. They don't know the fan reactions yet. Like it's crazy.
They don't know how big this show was. And we were telling them and they were like, what do you mean?
It almost felt like we needed to be like, guys, we like need to warn you. Like this show exploded.
Yeah, like they came right here.
And everyone was shocked. Like everyone was like, oh my God, what? Like it's going to be crazy for them. I'm so excited for them.
I'm so happy for all of them. They all really, truly deserve it. And such an amazing season, an amazing way to wrap up in Fiji.
Yeah.
And we will be back on our way to New York very soon. Thank you guys for watching and supporting us and joining us on this Love Island USA Fiji journey.
Yes. Thank you all so much. It was amazing.
Let's get into the interviews.
Did you know that you can get tickets to Kenny Chesney and Zach Brown bands at MetLife right now for only $108? That's right, thanks to Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. You shouldn't have to worry when you buy tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets to all of these sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. They have flash deals for sudden discounts, zone deals for when you're feeling flexible, and their lowest price guarantee, which means that if you can find the same seats for less anywhere else, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Game Time is the best place for last-minute seats with up to 60% off of your favorite events. What are you waiting for? I'm going to head on over, buy those Kenny Chesney tickets right now. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. You can download the Game Time app today for last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
I said a hip hop.
Yeah. Honestly, let's just start it off with that. We are here with the winners of Love Island USA, Woo! Serena and Kordell. You guys have been voting for them all season long, and they have won, and they are here with us. Thank you, guys.
Woo! Thank you for having us.
We are so excited to have you guys here, and we're just so happy for you guys. Like, really have been rooting for you guys since the beginning.
We got a bottle to pop.
And we have a bottle to pop, so let's pop the champagne.
Let's do it.
Have a little drink. I'm terrified of it's like my biggest fear.
Hey, there we go. Woo! That wasn't too bad.
I just have one bad nail right now that any second,
yeah.
So.
Here, I'll grab your glasses. Here, pour them over.
No, I got it.
Okay. All right, I'm helping out. Anything the winners need. Okay. So how are you guys feeling? You guys just won Love Island USA. You're now out of the villa. The emotions must be insanely high. Let's hear about it.
Well, I mean, we're feeling great. Outside the villa is probably one of the best parts. I'm going to miss it. I do. I love every moment of the villa. And I've enjoyed every moment that I had with Serena. You know, she's been one of the realest women that I've ever met in my life. And I didn't expect to, have these feelings towards her this early, with the experience. And, I'm just grateful. And if I would have never came here and took that risk and, take the opportunity, I would have never met her. So, yeah.
Oh, so sweet. And Serena?
It definitely hasn't hit me yet. But like he said, being outside the villa is great. I'm gonna miss everybody in there, and I think that'll be the saddest part is like not waking up to everybody. Thank you. But I'm just so grateful for this experience, and I couldn't have asked for anybody better to do it with. Like, it takes a very special person to put up with me. So,
oh my gosh, you guys are adorable. So cheers to that. Cheers to the winners.
Congratulations. We're so excited. And it's been, I mean, it was a journey. There was ups, there were downs. Definitely. But we were all, at the end, everyone was rooting for you guys because it felt like you experienced so much together and grew so much together. Yeah. How do you feel like now looking back and thinking about those first few conversations you had? Because now everyone's like, you know, it's the what's your long-term goals? Like that's everyone's joking about that. Like,
by the way,
I still stand by it.
Yeah. Kordell, I have something very exciting for you.
Really?
We were in the villa the other day, actually, and we posted a video, and Cheez-It commented on our video.
Get the fuck out of here.
And they said,
get the fuck out of here.
Cheez-It said, say hi to Kordell for me.
Oh, Cheez-It. I have a flavor I've been thinking about that y'all can make. Spicy white cheddar.
I
like
little,
that
like
one.
Jalapeno white cheddar.
Yep.
Yum.
Yep. Oh, that's so crazy.
They
I love
might make,
Cheez-Its.
they
I know
might
everything
make
about
that
them.
just for you now.
That is so crazy.
Seriously, it's coming. But
so you know, when you were asking him about the long-term goals, the long-term goals might come true.
It might just.
Well, how do you guys feel about those like conversations now? Thinking back, like those, how has it changed for you? Because at first I know it was like maybe a friendship thing and it changed. So now thinking back, is it like, oh my God, who are those two people?
No, definitely like, wow, didn't think this would happen. I always say the best like start to any relationship, especially mine, is a friendship. So like, I'm not surprised that it went that way. The first few conversations, we were so similar. It was crazy scary. It was scary to the point like I literally was like putting on my boots and running. Like,
yeah, she backed
I'm like,
up.
no, we're not gonna do this. I was like, I had like a very hard shell on me in the beginning, and like I just love that he didn't like give up. Like
I cracked it.
Yeah, you did. And Serena, I have to say, watching you communicate your boundaries on this season, I think we all respected watching. Like you knew what you wanted, you know who you are as a person, and that was communicated so clearly. And I'm glad you stuck to that and stuck to yourself. Like it was amazing to watch. Also, just a great example for other women watching the show who feel the same way you do. So that was amazing. And then Kordell, the way that you handled the situation coming back from Casa. You knew what you did was wrong and you were actually sorry for it.
I was.
Did you feel that like genuinely?
100%. That's the only reason why we're hearing that.
Right.
If he was playing, I would have been like, nah, send me home right now. Like, cause I already was like, no, I'm not gonna take him back. You know, I was like very firm on like.
She was like, if he think he gonna come in here and swindle me.
And you did.
Consider myself swindled.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't regret not taking accountability because that's just who I am. I know I fucked up, and I know what I did and what I could have done things better, and I can't change it. But all I can do is admit that I was wrong in a situation and try to go on about it and fix it.
Totally.
It got us to where we are now, so I'm just happy.
Yeah. Totally. I think it showed, and I think it showed for everybody voting too. Like you guys won the whole show, and you had like there was a little Casa situation, and then you know maybe there were some other couples that had a Casa situation, and they didn't take ownership as well, or America felt that way, and you know you can see in the results really of how it turned out. At what point, or was there any point in the last few days in the villa that you thought maybe they really like us?
Honestly, look, I always said that with our journey, it's either you're gonna love it or you hate it. So I'm like, it could go either way. Like they could hate us because like I'm like, obviously we had the whole Casa situation, and I don't think they liked the way Aaron handled it the most. So I'm like, I don't know if they just like fuck Karina because because they have too much going on. The drama was on 10. So I just didn't know. I'm like, who knows? Like maybe they hate us, maybe they love us.
Right. Well, people obviously love you guys.
Yeah, I seen that, and like for me, I told her every single thing. I didn't leave anything out. And I mean, I felt like she deserves to know everything that happened, whether she was ready to or not. I even told her the moment that I walked in, like, I'll tell you everything. And she wasn't ready. And when she was ready, I broke everything down to her and I didn't miss a beat. And when the movie night came, it just wasn't anything that she didn't see that I didn't tell her. So
down to the little comments.
Right.
Everything,
And
like everything.
And that is the way to go, because on the other hand of that, we've seen couples where it didn't go that way. As for movie night, Serena, they showed a clip of you talking about Kordell. And I loved your reaction to that clip, because I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, in that moment you were like, fuck, like I did say those things and maybe like I did confuse him a little bit. Yeah,
so being in the villa is easy to like lose track of time and lose track of things that you said or done. Like, so like honestly, like I knew I was just like teeter-tottering, and I told him, I was like, I was trying to find an ick in everything you did. Like,
she did.
I was like, I was trying to find any reason to not like him. So seeing that, I was like, you know what, I could also like take accountability for like, you know, being a little wishy-washy and being like, no, even though, you know, we ended up where we ended up.
And I respect that the most about her, because it's not a lot of women that would tell you these things and like, you know, keep it 100 with you. So that's what really drew me closer to her. So.
I loved even when it did feel like she had kind of was like, this is maybe a friend situation. You were like, we'll see. Like, you know, like it just, because I don't know, sometimes that can really, especially with guys, that can really damage their ego, and it's like, but like it didn't turn you off. Like you were like, okay, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I wasn't tripping at all.
Right. And I really loved the fact that you like allowed Serena to be mad at you. You know what I mean? Like when she threw the breakfast at you,
I mean,
which was an iconic
Who told you
moment.
to do that?
Who told you to bring two breakfasts at once?
Look, let me.
Because they sabotaged you.
You know what? No one told me. I literally thought it was going to be a good idea. It's funny because Miguel said, "Hey, don't do it." I said, "Okay," and then I said, "I'm gonna do it," because I don't want to change my ways, because I've made breakfast for her since day one, and I mean that's just the things that I do, and I don't know, it's kind of crazy. I shouldn't have done it, but I did it, and she threw it on me, and I get it, you know. I was like, okay, this was stupid, but it was some good guac though. She missed out, so you know.
And I just, you know, you were so rightfully angry, Serena, and I think like Kordell, you like just taking it from her was what you like had to do,
right? Because
on the opposite side of that, I think we saw with Kayla and Aaron, like Aaron would get a little mad when Kayla would get mad. And I think as a viewer, we were kind of like, how doesn't he realize like what he's done is wrong? But watching you guys, we're like, okay, Kordell knows he did something wrong, and you fucked up. You fucked up, Kordell, and you made your way back. Serena, do you think, you know, for trying to find like any ick with Kordell, was that a way to try to protect yourself because you knew that you liked him?
100%. After the first conversation, and like we had the same taste in music, the same favorite artists, like grew up a neighborhood away from each other.
Yeah,
like,
literally right around the corner.
5 minutes away.
Right around
we
the
had
corner.
no
It's
clue.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I was like, nah, I don't want to do this. I was like, no, I just want to like not feel these things, especially so fast. I was like, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to explore. I mean, I ended up in the same couple the entire time, except when I was single. But
I don't know what happened on that
Except
one.
when you slept outside.
yeah.
But it is. I mean, it's crazy because you're probably going in being like, I'm in Fiji, I'm on Love Island. I don't like. Do I want to end up with the guy that grew up like a town over? Like that's like you know. So it's great that it did work out that way. I think there was that recoupling after Casa was crazy to watch. You couldn't even look up, it seemed. How were you feeling? Like, did you know immediately? Like, no.
I knew the moment I stepped in. Yeah. I just felt like everything. I'm like, oh, shit's finna go down. And when I get close, I'm like, okay, she's smiling. That's not good. So I'm looking. I'm like, oh, I fucked up, and I realized instantly like where my head and heart was once I seen her standing there alone. I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work for me. And I know I had like a plan on what I was doing, but it was so stupid. But I guess it worked. But it was the dumbest shit that I've ever done. And I couldn't look at her because I was blind. First off, I'm blind as hell. She was blurry a little bit, and you know, I was looking, and
Is that a smile? Is it a smile?
I seen the teeth. I'm like, okay, shit's gonna go a little south. Yeah. But you know, I couldn't do nothing but respect how she felt, because at the end of the day, you know, her feelings are validated, and you know, I have to respect that. And she's obligated to feel the way that she wants to feel.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Serena, I want to ask you how you kind of dealt with Daya being in the villa, because that can be tough, and it felt like the girls still were able to have like some respect for each other in a way, because I'm like, I don't know if I would handle it like that, you know? So how did you kind of feel like, okay, you know, we gotta have these talks?
Yeah, it was definitely really hard. It's one thing seeing it on the video that I got, and then another like being in the villa with both of them. It was really hard. Like I was really trying to avoid any chance I got, like being around, even looking. Like I'm like, let me just go far, far away.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, my beef was with Kordell and not Daya. Like it was on him to have that respect for me and not her. She's a Casa girl, obviously, you know, like.
Yep.
So it's like
they have one mission,
right? I'm like, you did what you had to do. You're back in. Shout out to my man. So I mean, my beef was with him. I definitely think she caught some strays at the recoupling, because like I blacked out. I just blacked out and just went on a rant. But and I apologize to her for that, because I don't think like she deserved like a lot of the slack. It was him. So I think we made amends, and like we actually get along very well. Me and Daya. So like I definitely think we're probably gonna hang out when we get out the villa too.
Well, I'm so happy you guys worked it out, because now you're here, the winners of Love Island USA. So adorable, so cute. I could literally feel it. Serena, people absolutely, us including, adored your friendship with Leah and JaNa. You three together are just amazing. Did you feel like you were going to connect with them immediately?
Honestly, I knew probably from day one. So like me and Kayla were the first to walk in the villa, and then like people kept coming in, and then when JaNa walked in, I like ran to her and jumped on her. You would have swore we knew each other. And I was like, I was waiting for you. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And then like me and Leah, so similar. Yeah, I just knew we were gonna be like hella close from the beginning. It was like a sisterhood off rip. Like we're all so different, but it complements each other so well. And like I love people who like get my sense of humor and can take like my tough love, because I'm not like a really babe. I'm like, girl, suck that shit up. And they like that. And so
I feel like you guys all hyped each other up while also like keeping it real with each other too, because you have to, like, you need real friends like that, especially in the villa. You're hearing certain things that other people are saying. I mean, you heard about what some of the guys were saying while in Casa, you know, to Kordell, and then saying something totally different to you. Did you end up like making amends with all of them after?
Yeah, I did end up making amends with everyone, because at the end of the day, we're all like a big family. Families fight, families do stupid shit. Like, but I definitely addressed it, and you know, told them that it definitely hurt, because I viewed them as my family and like my brothers, and so like seeing that or hearing it and then watching it at movie night, I was like, come on, like why? You know, like it's one thing to like hype him up and like, you know, be rooting for him, but to put my name in it and then like kind of like, you know, shit talk in a way is like, it's unnecessary. And I wouldn't do that. I never did that. So like,
Totally. I was so mad watching Kendall with you, Kordell. Like, I was so mad about that. Oh my God.
It flipped a lot of opinions of Kendall from those moments, because we were like, oh, come on. Like, we're don't lead your boy that way.
Yeah, because
like,
we saw him with Nicole and we were like, oh, so sweet. But why is he leading Kordell in this direction? Like what you guys saw at movie night. But
it's good because all the apologies are there, and you guys, I will ask, like, it felt like you all were really, really close with everybody. Those kind of that core group that had been there the longest. What's it like kind of making friendships like that in such a close quartered place?
I wouldn't say it's weird at all, because it kind of reminds you of college. When you get in there, you get with your dorms, your dorm mates, and you got these people, you meet them, and y'all just kind of connect instantly because y'all are around each other 24/7. You see each other every day. We waking up next to each other, so we just have that time to really get close and really get to know each other and become one. So
I think that's like the best part of watching it as a viewer too, is seeing you guys form these friendships, the inside jokes that you let people in on. Like, it just feels like people are there with you guys. Kordell, were you nervous for people to learn who your brother is? Because you said that has swayed, you know, past relationships, past, you know, conversations with women. How did you feel about this on the show?
Honestly, like, in a way, I was like, because I don't really talk about it, but I don't mind, you know, if it comes up. Because I look up to him. That's my big bro. He taught me everything. So it's just more of the fact that I don't want people to get the wrong impression and idea and try to focus more on him than me, which is like what I'm so used to. But from knowing her, from what, like, our first conversation, I could tell that it didn't matter. So if she would have found out, she would have found out, and she did, and it didn't matter to me. I mean, I knew she was messing with me for me, and that's the best part about it. So.
Totally. And it was so cool to watch you guys meet each other's families and have those conversations. Like, how crazy was it to hear your brother say, like, everyone's coming up to me and talking about the show?
That was the weirdest shit. That was the weirdest shit I've ever heard in my life, because it's always been people coming up to me talking about him. Right. So
they're like, oh my God, you're Kordell's brother.
Literally, like, how to turntables.
I just met Kordell's brother.
Office reference, but
No, it was, and it was really nice. Did you guys feel like meeting each other's family is kind of what finally maybe sealed the deal?
That was like my favorite days.
Go ahead.
I'm like really big on family, like super close with my family. I wish my mom and my dad could have been there, but she had just finished like a surgery. So, but like my sister, my brother, and my niece were like this. So like seeing them, I got so emotional, and like hearing what they had to, even like seeing my brother joke with Kordell, it was just amazing, because me and my brother have a humor like that, and so does he. That's like probably one of the main reasons why we clicked so fast. It was like we can joke about anything.
Literally.
So seeing that, it was like super cute. And then like I was really nervous about what his family had to say, especially after I went off on them at the fire pit.
Amazing.
So I was like, oh no, they're gonna hate me.
No, they were actually rooting for her. It was funny.
I could imagine. How can you not?
Of course.
My godmom in the breakfast comment, she was like, "We gonna teach them how to make some real breakfast."
Exactly. They all knew. So we have to wrap up. Our last question quickly is, where are you guys? What's the first thing you're gonna do on the outside? Where are you guys headed? You have made some plans.
Yeah,
we're going to the
amusement park.
We're going to Disney World.
Exactly.
Big kids.
That's amazing.
I love roller coasters.
Literally.
Adrenaline junkies. So
we're gonna
go crazy.
Oh my gosh, so happy for you guys. We are wishing you guys the absolute best. And I'm so happy you guys ended up together. I'm so happy you won too. Congratulations.
Congrats, guys. Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
You don't have to be selling out stadiums to feel like you're chilling backstage. You just need Coors Light. Coors Light wants to make your summer more chill with limited edition backstage 6-packs curated by some of your favorite artists. Because music plus Coors Light equals chill amplified. When you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment, as crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. So, you know, when we're hyping ourselves up, maybe we have a Chicks in the Office live show and we're backstage, we're getting ready, we're pumping our favorite music, we're playing our pump up music, we're excited, and it pairs perfectly with that ice cold Coors Light, enjoying that fun, your favorite music, your favorite artist, and Coors Light all together. So amplify your chill this summer with Coors Light. Choose chill, choose Coors Light. Visit CoorsLight.com/summermusic to see how Coors Light can amplify your summer. And be sure to keep an eye out on Coors Light's social handles and Coors Light Backstage 6pack.com all summer long for the drops. And always celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right, everyone, we are here with two very special guests. We are joined by JaNa and Kenny.
What's up?
We are so excited that you guys are here with us. We are obsessed with you guys. We love you guys. And we are so excited to talk about this season of Love Island USA. And congratulations.
Thank you. Same. Happy to be here.
It's crazy for us to talk to you guys because we feel like we know so much.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh my God, they know nothing. They haven't.
Yeah.
They don't know what's happening. Let me tell you guys, this season has exploded. Wow. Everyone is watching. It is the hottest conversation around right now, truly. All summer long. It's the entire country has been tuning in.
Yeah.
More than ever before.
More than anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, yes. And
Yes.
and the best part, you kept saying, I love my country.
You're like, thank you so much, America.
America. Yeah. And let me tell you, they love you.
Yes.
Like, they are obsessed. So how are you guys feeling? You just got out of the villa, 3rd place. Did you expect to get to that point?
Oh my gosh, no. Did you think so?
No, I was a bombshell.
Yeah.
You thought your time was short.
Yeah.
I was an OG, but like after being at the bottom 3, like early on, after that I was like, I'm just grateful to be here. Like every day I was in there, I was like, great, I meet another day, and then another day, and I was like, wow, another day, this is crazy, you know? And then when Kenny came in, I just focused all my energy on him to like I lost track of like all the other islanders or just like sense of self. So when we made it to the top 4, I looked at him like I think that recount the votes. Like, are you guys sure? But no, I'm just super grateful. It doesn't even feel real, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I don't think it's hit us yet.
Yeah. I think people were really rooting for you.
We forgot our toast.
Oh, yes. We have to do
God.
I was waiting. I don't want to be rude.
Seriously, I poured them for you and just left you hanging like that.
Cheers.
Seriously.
Cheers.
Yes. Little cheers. Congrats to you guys. Post finale.
Yes.
How was just filming the finale for you guys? Like, was it just, did you have any thought like, oh my God, maybe we'll win? Like, what were you thinking?
It's so weird. Serena was like whispering to me. She's like, you're going to get 1st place because like America loves you. I'm like, yeah, but you're a real one. You're going to get 1st place. And we kept on like trying to motivate each other. But she said, if I win 1st place, I owe her 4,000. And if she wins 1st place, she owes me 4,000. So either way, I won. I'm like, I technically still won. Yeah. But no, I was telling the girls like, I loved every Islander that came in, but like my draft pick were like the top 4 that we had. So like it felt really good because they were like brothers and sisters to us. Yeah. So like it felt like a big family. At the end, it was just like, I can't even explain the words. Like it's the best feeling ever.
Yeah. And we loved watching your friendship with Leah and Serena.
All the girls.
Everybody
PPG,
watched
baby,
it.
PPG. Yeah.
It was definitely a highlight of the entire season. And then for you guys, people were really rooting for you guys because obviously after Casa, we did not know how things were going to shake out. JaNa, you were cracking me up, honestly. Like some of the moments that you had when you were talking to Kenny and basically you were like, this isn't gonna work anymore, but like let's just have a hug. Like you were like, we can hug, and I was like, this is so dramatic, and I love every second of it.
No, it was so good though because I think we all watched it, and you guys, Kenny was so emotional, you were emotional, and I was like, I think they just need to sleep on this, and they're gonna wake up and be like, ooh, maybe that was like a lot.
I was begging to go home. I was like, call me an Uber, get me out of here. I'm done. Like it was so embarrassing. I was so hurt, but like it ended up being
I never expected to even like cry on the show or like, but that night I really just put it all out there. And she's like, hold my mic, like hold my mic, I'm out of here. And like you just start thinking like, wow, I can't imagine what it would be like here without her. And sad.
Was that
the low point? It
right?
was a sad point.
But was that the wake up call you kind of needed to be like, oh boy, I do want to spend my time with her? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was just like, oh, like I can't spend my time with anyone else in here. Like,
can you stop it?
Oh my God, I love watching this in person because we've been watching it on our screen.
Seriously.
When you walked back in from Casa and you saw JaNa standing there alone, were you like, oh fuck? Like,
yeah, the funny part, like from afar, we start walking in, and from afar we're smiling. Like,
I was like, why is he so happy right now?
Kat is a great lady. Like I had her next to me. I'm like, found her in Casa more. And we're walking in from afar. We're happy, golly, like and then we get closer and we see everyone, and JaNa's up there just fuming,
livid,
like bawling, like taking off the mic, like Ari. I told you, Ari. He didn't. His mama didn't raise him well enough. His mama didn't raise him well enough, Ari. And I'm like.
No, Ari's like, what happens if he comes with a girl? And I'm like, Kenny, not stupid. And he walked in, I'm like, this mother is stupid.
I had too much faith in him.
Like, no way. It was so heartbreaking.
Oh my God. Well, so happy you guys worked it out. And I think watching that moment when you guys worked it out and then going on the hideaway, everyone cheering for you guys, like everyone was just so excited. And I think, JaNa, we've seen your personality all season long. We absolutely love it. You've had some of the best one-liners, but to see Kenny, like, you opened up out of your shell a little bit from our standpoint. Do you feel like you were that way the entire time, or do you think after you guys like kind of closed that connection up that you started opening up a little bit more?
I think after the hideaway, definitely you forget that you're even in the villa. Like you just start, like, there's no filter. It's just, kind of like in the Airbnb. She kept on saying, we're in Bali, like in the Airbnb, enjoy ourselves. Like, let's just soak in the moment, be present. And like, I just kind of took it all in. Like, no one's snoring around me. We don't have lovebirds around me smooching. Like, it was just a different experience, and I could just focus on her. And I think that's what was so precious about it.
Did you feel like you hit a point at some point that you could be more yourself? Because you guys were chanting in the villa, Kenny's not boring. So
yeah, you guys, Kenny is not. He is so funny, and I'm like, what do you guys see? Because like, you can ask any Islander, he has us dying. Like, we'll just be chilling late night making toasties. Kenny's just cracking jugs. Like,
we saw it more in the dancing. When the dancing would come out, we were like, okay,
we were
Kenny.
like, there's Kenny's personality.
Yeah, we're like, all right, there's
so
no one who can like grind on the ground like that is boring.
Yeah, just throw some music on. You'll see me.
Exactly.
You mentioned the lovebirds smooching around you at night while you're all sleeping in the same place. What is that like?
loud.
Is it really? Like, do you have
earplugs?
We
had
do,
earplugs.
but yeah, they
They don't work.
Yeah.
We had snores and we had. Everyone was just. I'm like, yo, like.
Or we just have the whispers. The people who think it's like a talk show at night and just start like.
That Kenny cannot whisper at night.
I can't whisper. But we were next to Kayla and Aaron for a long time, and they're just
lovebirds.
No sleep is happening between them. Like
I can imagine a lot of sweet nothings being whispered.
Now, we all know what unfolded between the two of them. We saw a movie night. We saw more than movie night. What is that like actually, being in the villa, you're making friendships. At the same time, you have opinions on the couplings that are happening. You see what's going on. What was your opinion on sort of Serena and Kordell situation and Kayla and Aaron situation?
I think I think Aaron is such a genuine guy. Like, I hate that he had like a bad light on him because Kayla got to test the relationship with Connor. Aaron never got to test the relationship. So like, his costume war was like his test. Maybe he went a little bit overboard, got too excited, but like, he focused all of his energy on Kayla the entire show. And then he had to sit back and watch her like, kiss Connor. So I felt like he thought maybe this is his time to like test the relationship. So I felt really bad the way it came about. I wasn't at Casa, so like, I don't know, it really all went down. Why are you smiling? But for the most part, like, I would have morning talks with Aaron, and like, he genuinely cared about her. He genuinely felt like really hurt that he went about that way. And if he could rewind time, he wouldn't even, go near Daniela, which sucks. Like, you're human, know? So I felt really bad that Kayla cried every night, but Kayla was gonna cry every night.
Something would have made Kayla
tears
cry,
on her.
I think.
I think endless.
A bird could like hit a wall, she'll start crying. The bird will survive and she'll still cry.
Right.
I'm like, the bird survived, Kayla.
I think
fine.
I don't think it helped Aaron's case because we had two scenarios, right, where it was like Aaron and Kordell, and it just felt like Kordell handled coming back to the villa in such like more respectful way. So it was like, I think that hurt Aaron's case. But like, is it hard for you guys to bite your tongues at times, or do you just let it fly with them?
Let it fly.
Yeah.
It was a little crazy going into Casa because they set up all these boundaries and like, hey, we're going to sleep with our clothes on. No kissing. No, none of this is going to happen.
Right.
And so I'm just there on the couch. I think it's Miguel and Kendall next to me. And then we're literally watching all this just unfold, like day 2, day 1. They're just kissing on the beanbag.
He is not doing what he said.
Is having a session with Daya right there next to the pool.
A session.
I'm like, guys,
This isn't what we talked about.
You guys said this, not me. I didn't pressure you to say boundaries. I didn't.
Yeah.
So it was like things happen so fast, and I guess they changed their kind of perspective on what they wanted out of Casa.
Yeah, totally. JaNa, you just mentioned that you think Aaron's a really genuine guy. You talk to him every morning. We also saw your friendship with Rob unfold. And you laughed.
What friendship?
Why the laughter?
No, what did y'all see with friendship with Rob?
Yeah.
We walk past the hallway and be like, what's up?
Yeah, I guess from watching it, it seemed like there was a friendship between you two.
You know what it was? At one point, we were both single. Like Hakeem just went home, Daniela just went home. So we had like a heart to heart as like the only single couples, single people in the villa, and like we just motivate each other. Like your person's coming, blah blah blah. Just because we saw that we were both sad. Great talk. That was it. So when he called me talkative, I'm like, homie, we had 2 conversations together. Like, what are you talking about? But like,
it's classic. But we have to ask, because we did see some moments where towards the end you were talking with Leah and you were like, is there something there? Like, wouldn't that be a story? Like, how do you feel?
Hear me out. Even though I can't stand Rob, I love Leah. It's like, I want to see her happy. If it's someone happy with I can't stand, okay, my own girl's feelings come first. So
yes,
like what you guys don't see is like, Leah went in on Rob, calling him names and stuff, but it's only because she was very passionate about him. And there are like nights that she cried because she low-key missed him, but she was so respectful of her and Rob and Andrea's relationship. She didn't want to voice anything, so I was there comforting her, like, it's okay. So I knew that she still had feelings for Rob, and I was like, girl, once in a lifetime opportunity, take that risk.
No,
like, if you're still wanting to talk to him, go for it.
You were the voice of the people, because the people were thinking the same.
We thought it was gonna be a comeback of
the people were thinking the same
editing
thing.
Videos of them two together.
They were like, oh no,
like,
oh my god, this is how we're gonna have.
It's happening.
The end of this is gonna be like nothing we've never seen before. They're gonna reconnect.
Yeah.
They're gonna win the whole show.
They were like, oh my god, Janae's planting the seed. They're gonna listen. Well, maybe that is why, as a viewer, we thought that you had such a great friendship with Rob, because of you talking to Leah about
can't
Rob.
I just love my girl.
So funny. But yeah, I am very happy for Leah and Miguel. I feel like they match. They match each other's energy, and we can all see it that people love them together.
Yeah. What? Okay, so you reconnect. We make it to the finale. Now we're about to start life outside of this thing. How do you guys feel about that? What have you talked about? What's like the first few moves you're gonna make?
We feel good. We've already started planning some of what we're going to do. I live in Dallas right now, so the rodeo, she's never gone. So bull riding.
You ready?
Horse riding, all that. Get her some cowboy boots.
Yeah, the whole thing. Gotta do the whole thing.
I don't know, maybe the gun range, maybe that's taking it a little bit. Take it slower.
Is that Texas? What y'all do in Texas?
He's going real Texas on you.
Real fast. Get the whole experience.
Let me get through the rodeo first, okay?
Let me start with the cowboy hat.
Yeah, buy some boots, and then And Janae, where do you live right now?
I'm in Vegas.
Nice.
Right now. Yeah, and he's never been to Vegas.
Oh, okay. So you gotta hit the casino,
the red carpet, everything, like a 4 or 5 day, like
so
restaurants
excited.
And shows. I'm so excited to show you.
And she knows like everything.
The
The
top
scene,
spots.
the restaurant scene, the bar
The
scene.
clubs, everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah. With summer heating up, Macy's is here for all of your big and small summer moments, all of your summer's greatest hits. From your next barbecue to a sandy beach, maybe a little weekend getaway, Macy's has you covered. Picture those unforgettable, spontaneous summer moments from, maybe a random pool party, a little get together in the backyard. Macy's is here to help you embrace your way through every single one of them. Macy's has it all. They have summer dresses, sundresses, skirts, shorts, casual tank tops, anything you need. Macy's has you covered. They have hair products, makeup, endless to make your summer feel the best. So shop at Macys.com/summerhits, or you can shop in store at a Macy's near you. They have everything you could possibly need. So go to Macys.com/summerhits or shop in store. Now, Kenny, I know this may be uncomfortable, but we have to ask about the situation with Connor in the beginning. You guys You kill me. I absolutely love your reactions. Your situation with Connor, it seemed like it was going strong. Were you completely blindsided by him then coupling up with Leah, who is also a good friend of yours?
Yeah, no, 100% blindsided. That one hurt. Like, I think that was the hardest L. But the problem was when we first started talking, he told us that his top two was Kayla and me. So I'm like, okay, I'll take second place. Like, let me humble myself and convince him that I could be first, you know? So we started to get to know each other, but it wasn't until like the boys like Kendall and everyone told me that his top two was really Kayla and Leah. So I was like, why would you say it's me and Kayla? He's like, well, originally it was Kayla and Leah, but after I had a conversation with you and Leah, I realized that you're my top two. I'm like, okay, great. So it made me feel a little bit better. But the second Rob and Leah split ways, he ran to Leah to comfort her and be there for her.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, like, I'm open to get to know her. I'm like, I know, buddy. I can see it in your eyes. Like, I saw it happening before their first conversation. So it just sucked knowing, because I'm obviously like, I need to be optimistic, but I'm also very realistic. So like after the first conversation, he started distancing himself from me, and I'm like, just have the balls to say it. You know what I mean? Like, don't waste my time. I won't waste yours. So it sucked, but you know, Leah, I'm not gonna do my girl dirty. I love my girl. I was happy for them because I want to see her happy so bad. So I was like, I'll take that L to see my best friend happy. But like, I just knew. She made a joke in the kitchen one day, like how Rob was slowly getting closer to Andrea. She was like, maybe I'll just get with Connor to get back at Rob. Yeah. And I'm thinking it's a funny joke, like, because I'm coupled up with him.
So funny.
But then I'm like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Just planning to get a little
a little
just
plot.
like a little heads up.
Kenny,
gonna slide in there.
Yeah.
Not interested in plants, right?
Yeah, no. I mean,
Thank God.
I mean, when I came in, Connor and Leah, they were coupled together, but like they slept so far apart from the bed. There was
didn't
no
touch him one
physical
night. Yeah.
connection. It was
That's why I called him collateral damage. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I was collateral damage, but you don't even know you're next. I hate to say it, but I'm like, I've been there. She's just plotting for Rob. But
then look at that, then
let that shit unfold yourself.
And
Sorry, not sorry.
And his journey came to an end.
And your
that's
journey went
exactly what happened. Okay, when first initial reaction to Bombshell, Kenny, like what were you thinking when you saw him? What was your first thoughts in your head?
Ladies, when I tell y'all, the night before, me and Serena sat down and we're just so over it. We want to go home, and she's like, let's just manifest. I'm like, why not? I said I want him to be tall. I want him to be handsome. I need him to be from New York. Okay, I don't know why I love my New Yorkers. Yeah. So when he walked in, I was like, okay, Latino, like I like that. You feel me? I'm like, it's giving like 6'2", 6'3" as he's walking closer. I was like, very handsome. And he's sitting next to me, staring at me. Like, I don't know if you got eye contact went crazy. I'm like, why are you looking at me? And I'm like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from the Bronx. I was like, no.
You're like, it's
it worked. Serena, he's from the Bronx. She goes, I told you. After that, I was like, it's a wrap.
You're like, Serena, I'm scared. What did we do last night?
Magical powers.
Seriously.
Well,
like, oh my God, it must have been a full moon or something.
Yeah.
You really made that.
So scary.
Really made that one
incredible.
happen.
Kenny, what was first impression of JaNa?
I mean, she's she had her curves showing, like her everything she wears. It's pretty skin tight, so like I feel like you can see her figure from afar. But no, I saw her smile. I saw
obviously stunning.
Stunning, obviously, and
Yeah.
then we started talking. I'm like, oh, okay, it's more than just looks. She's very smart. She's intellectual. So after that, it was just I needed to explore more.
Amazing. Well, we love it. We're obsessed. We can't wait to see the photos of you guys at rodeo and the horseback riding, the whole thing.
Yeah, apparently the gun range.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll see Kenny taking on the Vegas Strip as well. So
make it out alive.
Casinos, bottles, clubs.
Exactly. So we're so excited. Thank you guys so much for coming on with us. Congratulations.
Yes.
It was awesome. It was so fun watching your journey and everything. So
incredible.
We wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you guys.
If you or someone you know is getting married, it's your lucky day. We know from personal experience that wedding planning can be stressful, which is why we're so excited to introduce you to Generation Tux. Their suit and tuxedo rental process will have your wedding party dressed to the nines, and it can be done in minutes entirely from home. Ditch the store visits, last-minute pickups, and low-quality, poor-fitting suits. With Generation Tux, you'll choose from over 25 premium suits and tuxedos that you can customize with hundreds of accessories and color combinations. Order free swatches from color matching and test drive your look with a free at-home try-on. Managing a group of groomsmen is no small feat, but Generation Tux makes it effortless. You design the look, they complete their easy online fitting, and everyone gets free shipping with delivery 14 days before your wedding. Replacements are free, returns are prepaid, and customer service is the best in the biz. Generation Tux, the look that will last a lifetime. Visit generationtux.com/chicks to get 20% off for you and your entire party.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you guys so much once again for watching and listening. We will be out of Fiji very soon, so if you're sick of us being in Fiji, don't worry, we're on our way out.
We'll be back in the office.
We will be back in our studio in New York City. We love you guys so much, and we will talk to you on Wednesday. Bye.